Hopefully everyone can hear me and see me now. I see we got a few people here. Yay, I wasn't sure because it was kind of late if anyone would come in, but I was like, it's Friday night. Hopefully some people will come join. So hello, Lee. Hello, Kaylina, Martina, Sanjana. I hope I'm saying that right. Rebecca, hello. Hello from the other side. How's everyone's Friday been? How's your night going? Years I am here? Or was that supposed to be yes, I am here? Does my camera look kind of like slightly blurry to anyone? Does the picture look blurry or is that just me? It looks kind of blurry to me. Well, I can't find my glasses. My little glasses wiped, so I guess we're just gonna live with it. Just gonna be slightly blurry. It looks okay. Okay, good. Your hair is so pretty. Thank you. It's good that you can only see it and not feel it because I got like new hair product and I used it and it's like one of those really thick products and it got really greasy and then I like put dry shampoo in and now it's just like a really weird texture. So yeah. Kaylina, I was wondering if you take requests for bracelet patterns. I saw you had asked that right before I logged in. It depends on what series it's for or what you're requesting it for. Because if a pattern is really big, it's not really great for a tutorial because even small bracelets take a long time to do in a tutorial. But if it's for like how long does it take to make or a speed knot or something, then sometimes I definitely do. So how's everyone's Friday night going? Anyone have any plans for the weekend? I don't really have any plans for the weekend. I'm probably going to record and edit. That's going to be about my weekend, I think. How about you guys? It's kind of like a cat pattern. For bracelets? Nope, no plan. I assume the nope is for no plans for the weekend. Tomorrow is the 18th, and that means it's Chile's Independence Day. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Well, happy Independence Day. I assume you're from Chile if you're mentioning it. So yeah, that wasn't okay. If it's a bracelet pattern, it depends on how big it is. There's a lot of big cat patterns. If you have the pattern number, they'll pop it in there and I'll look at it for sure. I live there. I kind of figured, yeah. Hopefully you have a fun day then. Decky, you have to clean your house for your mom's wedding. Well, hopefully that goes well, your mom's wedding, and it's fun, but the cleaning the house definitely sucks. So may the odds be ever in your favor with that one. Nobody likes to spend their entire day cleaning, I don't think. I went to a homecoming dance Sunday. I went to a homecoming dance. Sunday, I'm going to my great-grandmother's. I think that's it. Oh, that's cool. We didn't have homecoming dances at my school. I don't know if that's like an American thing. I live in Canada and my schools didn't have homecoming dance. The only dance was like prom. Like they had a couple kind of just casual dances, but they weren't anything crazy. And then there was prom, but prom was only for like grade 12 students. And then your great-grandmother is still alive. That's so awesome. My great-grandmother passed away when I was very little, so yeah. I don't envy the cleaning. I try to do a little bit every day to kind of stay on top of it, but eventually you have to just take a day and do the deep clean. It's not fun. Not fun at all, especially when people are coming over. You want it to look really nice, so. Otherwise, is anyone else working on any crafts? I am crocheting, as you guys can see. I'm working on, last time I was working on a sweater. That's still on the go. I haven't finished it. It's a very time-consuming pattern. And because I'm like trying to adjust it and figure it out as I go, I just needed a bit of a break from trying to problem solve. So I'm just following a pattern and just making my daughter a little purple sweater. I'm chilled and eating ice cream. Ooh, I love ice cream. Ice cream is one of my favorite foods. Ice cream cake is my favorite food. So, hi, my first live with you. That's awesome. This is my second live ever. I want to make them a little more recurrent. I think I'm going to start doing them at least once, like every other week. What cream flavor? It really depends on my mood, to be honest. I really like mocha and like cappuccino flavors. Absolutely love that. But sometimes you can't go wrong with like a good strawberry. Hi, Tamara. Deco, you're eating chocolate ice cream. Chocolate ice cream is pretty good every now and then. I can't eat it all the time. I find it's just a little too rich, but ooh, nice. Yeah. So hopefully I'm a little bit upset because I thought I had enough wool because my daughter is only like 2, so it's obviously a small sweater. And so I started with this yarn, which probably on camera looks the exact same to you guys, but it is actually slightly different. And I don't know, like you can kind of see, I guess it's slightly different. It feels slightly different, but I'm like so mad because this is the last panel and I had enough to do like the ribbing and then not enough for the panel. But I don't want to go, that wool was bought out of town. I don't want to go 5 hours just to get one more ball of yarn. So this matched close enough. Oh, sorry you were little. Don't be sorry about that. She was the only grandmother I actually knew, so I have good memories of her. I'm working on a Genshin pattern. I just finished a keychain recently. I haven't done a keychain since my Spider-Man keychain actually, and I just got some more keyring things. So I think I might do a fall or Halloween like knot along again and maybe do a keychain this time. I love your videos. Help me understand some cool techniques with your Knotting Dangerously series. Thank you so much. I'm glad it helped you to understand. I know some people think of those as like a tutorial, and they're my first time trekking through those techniques and stuff too. So I'm glad that we can kind of stumble through them together and figure them out and learn some new stuff. If I eat a lot of chocolate ice cream every day, I would break out every day. It would be so bad. Yeah, when I eat a lot of sugar, I break out like all in here, all around my mouth. Mine isn't ice cream though. I really like Coca-Cola, but if I have like more than one can of Coca-Cola in a day, I will break out like all over here. And yeah, not fun. But it's kind of similar. I'm not sure what you're referring to, but it's kind of similar. I don't remember what we were just talking about that might have been in reference to. I'm sorry, Martina. Unless you're talking about the wool, like it is. I meant the color, sorry. Yeah, the purples. They are very, very similar. Just this one has a slightly different finish to it because it's a bit of a softer yarn. And it's almost got like the fuzzies on it are almost a little more gray. And this is just like straight purple. So in the ring light, they look quite a bit different. But I figured they're close enough. I was just trying to use up yarn I have. So Tamara, hi. Martina, it's okay. I'm glad you understand. I try to keep on top of all the conversations, but how long are you live for? I'm thinking I'll probably do about an hour for these live streams, just because I feel like by the time I get to an hour, generally at that point, I'm starting to lose my voice from just talking for like an hour straight. So probably around an hour. If we go a little bit over that, we might go a little bit over that, a little bit. I don't expect to go under that. So can you do crochet and Rex lace tutorials? I've been planning on doing some maybe crochet tutorials because I've been really vibing with the crochet. And I do have a Rex lace tutorial that I'm going to record this weekend. Actually, I was contacted by another channel here on YouTube asking me if I could do an explanation video for one of their patterns because they wanted to see how I would explain it, and they don't really do voiceovers. So I think I'm going to do that one this weekend. And then crochet, I'm not sure where I should start with crochet. I was thinking maybe like a hat or something, because I'd like it to be kind of beginner entry, so kind of everyone can join in if they wanted to, and then maybe grow into more complicated patterns once I have kind of a library of easier patterns and techniques and stuff that people can, look back on. Do you rainbow loom? I tried rainbow loom once, and I personally didn't really enjoy it. And I think that was just because I was already very deep into friendship bracelets. It just wasn't really a look or aesthetic that I was super fond with, but I know a lot of people absolutely love them. Do you play any instruments, past or present? I don't really play anything now. I used to play a bit of piano, a bit of guitar, tenor saxophone, and I've always sang. So I guess voice. Would you ever do a live with your camera setup you use for a normal video? I could do that. The only thing is with my normal setup, like I use my phone to record all my videos. So if I were to do that, like Masha, kind of like Masha does. Yeah, Masha probably uses actual streaming software to do her streams. I expect. I've never actually sat in and watched Masha's lives. I don't sit in and watch a lot of them. I just find they generally happen when I'm like at work or busy. So I expect she probably uses streaming software and probably uses a Firewire to her actual camera. And if I did it with my phone, I'd have to go live from my phone, which means my phone would be here. I wouldn't have to read the chat. So maybe one day when I get a actual camera, I'd definitely like to do that at some point. Do a bucket hat. That could be kind of fun. I'm not really into the bucket hats, but I was thinking, yeah, like some kind of hat maybe. Do I have any pets? It's funny you should ask that because I literally just went and got 2 betta fish today. Don't worry, I'm keeping them in like separate tanks and stuff. I intended to buy 1 because I had all the stuff for 1. And then I got there and I couldn't decide between 2. So I got both of them. And their water is like conditioning and stuff right now. They're like over here. I'm slowly acclimating water into their rinky dink little cups. And then I'm going to transfer them over. Before that, I did have cats, but in this apartment, I'm not actually supposed to have pets. So when I broke up with my ex, they, unfortunately, I had to leave them there. My brother bird died from the 10 cats we have. Oh no. Yeah, cats and birds don't always mix very well. I had one cat who was really like hunter extraordinaire, killed everything that moved, and then was the sweetest, cuddliest teddy bear with like me and my brother. And then I had one cat that like a mouse would have ran by and it would have just laid there and done nothing. What are their names? I haven't named the fish. The cats, I had a little teeny tiny white floof. And I think it was a Siamese cross with maybe like a rag doll or something. Like it had big blue eyes and it had like all the Siamese sort of white with like the darker spots and stuff. Her name was Peachy because she had like a little peachy pink nose. And then I had one giant gray like tabby, just tank of a cat. And her name was Nala. Sanja, hi. Love your videos, Megan. Thank you. Do you like dogs? I do like dogs. I really want to get a dog. I've never had one, but like I said, my apartment doesn't allow me to have pets, which is so frustrating because pets are allowed in the building. And I rent out of a condo building, but if you are renting, you're not allowed to have pets. So you have to be an owner, which is so frustrating because I see everyone like walk their dogs out in the yard and everything else. And I hear them barking like when I walk down the hall and I'm like, I want one so bad. How often do you get your nails done? I have only ever been to the salon to get my nails done like twice. These are all press-ons from Walmart. Like they're maybe, depending if you get them on sale. I generally like Kiss or Impress brand. And you just glue them on. They have the glue with them, and it's basically like super glue, and they look like you've actually done them. These ones that I have on are actually supposed to be like a natural color, However, from washing my hair, they have turned like pink purple. So I don't actually get my nails done. I get messages all the time, people asking me if my nails are like gel or acrylic or what. They are Walmart press-ons. And I keep them on until they start to pop off, and then sometimes I'll leave my nails for a bit, and sometimes I change them. Would you mind doing a tutorial on how to crochet? Yeah, we were just talking about that. I'm not sure what the best thing to start with would be. We were thinking maybe a hat. Someone suggested a bucket hat. I was thinking maybe because it's getting cold, like bucket hat, or maybe a toque, or I think the rest of the world, you guys probably all call them beanies, don't you? Like a winter knit hat. We call them toques here. I play the flute, and today I had to march in a parade. Back to the instrument thing. Oh, that's so cool. I never did any parades or anything. I only really ever played in our school, like instrumental classes. I didn't really partake in band or anything. I did for a little bit, but my schedule was just really, really full. When I was in high school, I was doing a extracurricular like every night of the week. So eventually I had to like give something up because I was literally after school every single night of the week, and it was just not maintainable with work and everything. I'm crocheting a scarf with feather stitch. Ooh, very nice. I have so many scarves that I shouldn't say I have so many scarves. I have 2 Harry Potter scarves started, one Gryffindor, one Slytherin, but they're knit, and I enjoy knitting sometimes, but I find it takes so long to finish. So I still have like that Slytherin house scarf that I did the knitting video on like last winter. I never finished it. It's sitting in my to-do pile. I might finish it this year though, just to get it out of that pile so I can actually, wear it. Sorry guys, I just hit my laptop. You're probably shaking. So what else is everyone up to? No one else have any plans for the weekend? I may start a crochet tutorial this weekend. I'm kind of wanting to do another random number generator chooses my to do. I thought that was pretty fun. My mom crochets, so this is why I know how to crochet, and this is why I subscribed. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I learned from my mom too. She taught me how to like chain, and she taught me how to make a granny square. And then I kind of taught myself everything else from books in her knitting basket and the internet. I knit as well, but it does take a while. It really does. There's some people who are so fast with it, and I just can't understand it. I struggle to go fast with it. I can go much faster with crochet, but I think it's because I've always focused more on crochet than knitting. I'm babysitting. Oh, fun. Are they young kids you're babysitting, or meddlesome little brats? Hopefully they're not brats, because you're in for a rough night if they are. I'm just doing this really, really basic sweater pattern. It's actually a pattern from another YouTube creator, More Kopi Callie. She does crochet videos. I like her crochet videos, and her 2 sisters do too. 7-year-old, he's okay. That's good. That's good. At least he's not like super young, can kind of get, when they get tired of stuff, they start to throw really big tantrums. But 7-year-olds isn't bad as long as he's not terrible. So what time is it where all of you guys are? Someone had messaged me that they weren't off work until I was starting the stream, but they were like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, yeah, it's like, for me, it's 8 o'clock when we started the stream. So is this too late for you guys? I think we've got about the same amount of people here as we did last time. It's 8:19, 11:18. Okay. It's a little bit late. I think next time I'll probably do it a bit earlier, but I did want to come home and make dinner and everything. So I booked it a little bit later. I watched Kopi Kali. I found her, and then that's what got me back into crocheting lately. I found her and her sisters, and I went down a rabbit hole just watching their stuff all the time. So I'm working on her rusty high neck pattern. I'm just doing it with acrylic instead of mohair. It's 11.19 for me, 7.25, 9.19, 9.20. So some of you, it's not too bad. Yeah. Some of you, it's not too bad then. And some of you, it is kind of late, like 11:19, maybe a little late for a live stream, but hopefully it'll be earlier next time. 10:20. Okay. It's interesting that so many of you use the 24-hour clock. I use the 24-hour clock every day because that's what we use in aviation, and I work in aviation. So I'm really used to reading it now, but there was a time where I would have struggled with that. But there's parts of the world that's just what they use. Whereas we over here in North America predominantly use the 12-hour clock, which honestly, I don't know why we do, because the amount of times that I have like accidentally set my alarm to the wrong time before I switched my phones over to 24-hour clock is ridiculous. The amount of times I'm like, I need to wake up at 6 a.m. and then accidentally set my alarm for 6 p.m. Just my stupidity, I guess, didn't realize. And yeah, the amount of times I've done that is just stupid. Canadian gang. Yeah. It's already, what is the weather where you guys are? It was 0 degrees when I woke up this morning. There was frost. I could see my breath. Winter is coming, and I'm not happy about it. I was hoping to get at least a couple more weeks of like semi-decent water. Yeah, we got a couple of Canadians in here. Yeah. Whereabouts in Canada are you guys from? Like what province? I'm in Alberta. Originally from Ontario, though. It's 37 degrees. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit? I'm going to assume Celsius. -1 this morning, currently raining. I don't know what it's doing outside right now. I closed the blinds. It was definitely looking like it might rain, so it could be raining here. It was 9 degrees and a lot of fog this morning. It was so foggy here this morning too. It's just that time of year when it like warms up during the day and cools down so much overnight. It does not snow in Jamaica. Oh, I'm envious. You're in BC. I love BC. So beautiful. So beautiful. Every time I see the mountains, I'm just like, oh, they're just breathtaking. I'm going to head out now. I'm from the US. All right, Lee. Well, have a good night. And thank you for joining us from the States. Daku, that's Fahrenheit. 37 degrees Fahrenheit. I don't know what that is in Celsius. How about Fahrenheit to Celsius? Thank you, Google. Okay. I feel like that's fairly cool though, isn't it? Anyways, what else? Fahrenheit. Just here to say hello and good night. I'm working tomorrow, so sorry to leave, but need to rest. So good night, everybody, and I will listen to this later. Bye-bye from Quebec. Aw, ennui. Hope you have a good night. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. I made it, yay, even though I'm like, oh, yay, you did make it. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if you would or not because you had said you weren't getting off until just now. I was actually just talking about you because you had said 9 o'clock, and for my time zone, it's 8 o'clock the stream started, so I wondered where everyone was. I wish it did. What, snow? Oh, yes, it does not snow in Jamaica. I wish it did. Yeah. You know what? The first couple like light dustings of snow aren't that bad. It's when it becomes like, I live pretty far north, so it's when you get the wind chill and it's -50 or colder that it's like not pleasant, like your car doesn't start and like when your car does start, like your tires clunk because they're like frozen flat on one side and your car just never actually warms up inside. It gets cold enough here that people leave their cars running and go in and do like their full grocery shopping. Some people leave their cars running all night because they won't start in the morning. So that's what I think of when I think of snow in winter, and it's not pleasant, you know? But I can admit it is very pretty to look at. And if you don't experience it probably on a regular basis, I imagine it would be pretty cool. Well, I live in the States, aka Wyoming, Montana. Very cool. I've been to the States a few times. My aunt lives in the States. When I lived in Ontario, we drove down to Florida a few times. So we kind of did that circuit all the way down. We'd always come through Michigan generally, and then we did into New York and stuff a couple times. And then I haven't really gone anywhere on the West Coast. I did go out to Hawaii because my aunt's husband was stationed there and they were living there for a while. Wow, I've never seen it. Yeah, see, it would be really cool then if you've never seen snow in real life. It would be really cool. But yeah, when it snows enough to stay on the ground and it gets really cold, it's not super fun. What is my favorite food? Ice cream cake. I love ice cream cake so much. And if you don't count that as a food, I don't know what to tell you. I love ice cream cake. I also have a sweet tooth, so probably I don't even know what my second favorite food would be. Plain ice cream, just ice cream cake and then ice cream. That's definitely what it is. I can't imagine never having seen snow. That's a wild concept to me because I've always lived here where there's always been 4 seasons, and I've never lived somewhere that it's very like temperate. Like if you live in the Okanagan Valley in BC, like your winters are much more mild than like Ontario or here or the East Coast. The East Coast gets slammed with snow like every year. They get crazy, like up to your roof snow, have to dig out to be able to leave their houses. I couldn't imagine that either. That's absurd to me. Did the light just like change? Maybe it was my mug. Well, my dad lives in Montana and my mom lives in Wyoming. Cool. Yeah, my parents still live in Ontario. I'm the only one that lives in Alberta, actually. Out here by myself, but I've been here for like 7, going on 8 years now. So this is home. I don't know if I'd go back to Ontario long term. Like I'll go back to visit or whatever, but is there one you like more than the other? Can you say hi, Michelle? I sure can. Hi, Michelle. Hope you're doing well, having a fabulous Friday night, and I hope you have a great weekend and have lots of fun. I go back and forth every other weekend. Yeah, my parents were divorced too. I did a back and forth for a while. It's not always fun, but you make the best of it. You're the best. Oh, thank you, and you're very welcome. I hope Michelle enjoyed that. Otherwise, what else could we talk about, guys? Oh, you guys had asked me about bands last time. I didn't get a chance to sit down and listen to all the ones you guys suggested, but I like went through my playlist today and there was some gems and I was like, man, maybe my favorite band is like Mariana's Trench. I love Mariana's Trench. Their music is just very theatrical. I really like it. What is your favorite movie? The Silence of the Lambs. A lot of people give me weird looks when I say that, but I think that movie is really good. I really like kind of thrillers, like horror movies. I don't really like. Most of them I find don't really have a story, and I like story driven. So I prefer kind of thrillers because you still get that little bit of like suspense and a touch of gore, but it's more story driven, I find, than most like horror flicks, where it's just like gore, gore, gore for the sense of gore. I don't know. Well, I like Montana more. There's more stuff you can do there. Okay, fair enough. Can you speak more than one language? I speak English, and then in Canada, because French is the official second language, you have to take French through a certain portion of your schooling. So, like, I can stumble my way through some French. I don't really speak it, but I can read it and write it fairly well. And I can do like common phrases and common like greetings and stuff in French, but I definitely don't fluently speak it for sure. Do you have a hobby or hobbies other than bracelet making? I do a lot of crafting. I also really love reading. As you guys can see, I reduced my book collection when I moved here because this apartment is small and I just didn't have the room. But this shelf is actually like packed. This top shelf is like my Harry Potter shelf, and it's very decorative and like sparse. Like I've got the other side, I've got like a little Harry Potter music box. I got like a wand there and stuff. And slowly as you go down, the shelves just get packed as full as you can get them. I also used to write all the time. I loved writing. I was on Wattpad all the time. I've done NaNoWriMo a few times. But I just, once I had a kid, I kind of had to stop. I had kind of drop a hobby. Like there just wasn't enough time in the day. So that was the one that I decided to drop. I've been really itching to pick it up again. So I might do NaNoWriMo this year. My favorite movie is Heroes Rising from Hero Academia. I don't think I've watched that. I think I may have seen it like advertised somewhere, but I don't think I've ever watched it. Maybe I'll check it out. What's your favorite color? You should do more of these videos. You're the best. My favorite color is green, but like dark, dark green, like kind of like this green. That looks like the light is really on it. It doesn't look very dark, but it's kind of a velvety finish. Yeah, I like dark, dark green. I love that color. And I like blue too, but like dark, dark green is definitely my favorite. And you should do more of these videos. I plan to. I would like to start doing these regularly, like every other week. It's hard for me to do it when my daughter is here because she doesn't go to bed until like 9:30, which for some of you would be like starting a stream at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I feel like many people wouldn't be able to tune in. So I'm hoping to be able to do them like maybe once every other week consistently at like a consistent time and stuff. So more people, if they want to plan to be there or whatever, can be. Yas Queen, dark green wins. Oh, I love it. I love it. It is definitely my favorite. Like I like green in general, but dark green just hits different. I love it. So that's my favorite. And it's killing me because I wanted to make a sweater with like dark green, but I've got so much yarn right now that I needed to start doing projects with what was there and just clear some of it out. Do you get your hair professionally done? No, I'm not. I'm not paying that. Um, Things are very expensive here. Like I know one of my friends got her hair, like she did the fun colors too, and she normally did it herself, and then she went and got it done professionally a couple of times, and it cost her over $700 to bleach out a couple inches of her hair and then do the color. And I just can't rationalize paying that much money for something that's going to fade out of my hair within like a month or two. So I just do it myself. That's probably why this is going to be the last time I do a fun color for a long time because it's so messy and just really, really time consuming. I don't know if I'm going to do it again for a while. What's your favorite animal? My favorite animal would be orcas, or also known as the killer whale. I find them absolutely fascinating. I think they are so friggin' smart. And like I don't know, the more and more documentaries I watch about them, I am like, these are the people of the marine world. Like they're related to dolphins. So like them and dolphins, like I am like fully convinced they are basically like human consciousness in a giant whale body. How old is my daughter? She is almost 3. Almost 3. She's still a small bean. So, yeah, I don't record a lot when she's here because she's like noisy. Have you watched the movie Palm Springs? I haven't watched it. No, I don't honestly. I used to watch movies all the time. It used to be kind of like, I almost want to say that was kind of like a hobby. Like there was a point in time where I was a person who like I saw every movie that was in the theater, and that was like my thing. Like that was, I would go out with my friends and we'd go and see like a different movie, and I had different groups of friends and different friends that I would do that with. But then we moved in the movie theater, wasn't that great? Now there's a good movie theater, but I just haven't got back into it, and I find myself watching like YouTube more and more and enjoying kind of those shorter things. Have you guys watched the movie Back to the Future? I did, but it's so long ago. Like I would have been a small child when I watched it. So I don't really remember what happens in it. I went on the ride though at Universal Studios once and it made me motion sick. I felt gross for the rest of the day. So like 10 out of 10 don't recommend that one, but I think they've changed it now. I think it might be, they might have changed. I think they changed it to like Jurassic World or something. Has anyone else watched it? I feel like it's like a cult classic now. Bye, good night. See you next time. See you next time. Have a good night. I hope you have a great weekend with lots of fun. Have I ever seen an artist or band live? Yes. There was a period of time where I was going to concerts all the time. My first concert, like big concert I ever went to, was Katy Perry. And it was back before she got mega popular. I saw her at the Canadian Amphitheater in Toronto. And she had the New Cities and Stereos opening for her. And then I've been to multiple Stereos concerts. I went through a phase in high school where I was obsessed with them. And I've seen Mariana's Trench. I've seen Simple Plan. I've seen All Time Low. I've seen, who else have I seen? Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I saw Foreigner. And Ed Sheeran. Ed Sheeran was the last one I went to, and that was a couple years ago. Who else have I seen? Then I've seen like a couple like Canadian bands. Like I've seen Faber Drive, The New Cities, Mariana's Trench, like I said. I've seen Lights, Down with Webster. There was a local band in the city that I was in that used to open for all these bands when they did like the bars and stuff, called Final Thought. But yeah, I used to go to a lot of those concerts. What am I crocheting? I am crocheting a sweater for my daughter. Just using like leftover yarn. Thank you. You're so nice. Oh, thank you. I hope you have a good night. Thank you for dropping in. Do you like superhero movies? Yes. Yes, I do. If you do, which movie are you excited for in the coming months? I really want to see, is it Shang-Chi that's out right now? I thought that looked really good. I haven't even been to the theater in so long. I don't know what's coming out in the coming months. But I do really love superhero movies. And the TV shows like WandaVision was so good. I just caught up on and finished Loki. So good. I still have to watch The Winter Soldier and the Falcon one. I haven't watched that yet, but I want to dig into that. I might do that this weekend while I'm like nodding and recording and stuff. So I'm pretty stoked about that. I'm not going to lie. And my favorite superhero is Captain America. I just like what he stands for. And I like his whole motto is to always stand back up and to always stand for what you believe is right. And like, even when the odds are so stacked against him, he's still just kind of like, well, we got to do this on our feet. And I like that. I like that kind of message. Like no matter what, you grab the bar and you pull up. So I like Captain America. Have you listened to the songs made by The Score? The song genre is indie. Have you listened to they sound familiar. Let me do a quick little looky look here on Spotify. Hmm. I feel like I've heard a couple of their songs, but I definitely one song by The Score. What do I have? I have Glory liked by them in my playlist. So I have listened to a couple things by them, but I haven't like sat down and listened to them exclusively to see what their stuff is like. Oh, I love WandaVision. It was really good. I know my friend kind of fell in love with it right from the first episode. It definitely took me like a good few episodes to get into. But once I pushed past the first couple kind of weird episodes that weren't really plot driven, I really, really liked it. And the ending was just devastating. Like, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone, but like, I cried like a baby. Oh my gosh, that was so sad. Favorite episode of WandaVision? That's hard. I don't know. I definitely would rule out the first couple that were very much like just kind of sitcom where you didn't really know what was going on. And it was like the very last like 2 minutes of the show was like, there's a hint that something more is happening. I started to kind of enjoy it, I think, when it started to kind of go downhill. Like that her kind of what do I want to call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Like her kind of the vision that she had built, this town that she was kind of acting as the pieces started to fall apart and you kind of got to learn all the characters like stories and stuff. And you got to see like Vision starting to realize things and everything kind of coming all around people outside of the situation. I really don't want to give spoilers, so I don't want to like say too much, but I liked it more towards like the middle to the end where the pieces were starting to kind of come undone and you were getting a lot more information. You loved the first two episodes a lot. I almost stopped watching because of the first two episodes and my friend was like, no, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. So I did. I'm glad I did. I'm definitely glad I did, but yeah, those first two, I thought they were rough, but I know some people were right into it. But the first couple, I was kind of like, this is kind of weird. This wasn't what I was expecting, but I don't really know much about the Scarlet Witch's story or backstory, like from the comic books or anything. So I didn't know what to expect. Does anyone else have any good shows that they're watching or are excited for? I'm excited for the next season of Witcher on Netflix, and it's supposed to be coming out late this fall or early winter, I think. What do you like more, DC, Marvel, or both? Marvel. I definitely like more of the Marvel characters than DC characters. There are DC characters that I like, but for the most part, I like Marvel. How about you? Do you like DC, Marvel, or both? Any of you? Any of you? Oh. Does anyone else play instruments? We had been talking about you like both. That's awesome. Do any of you play instruments? I know one of you mentioned you played the flute. You like both as well? Yeah, I don't know. I find I got more attached to the Marvel characters than I did the DC ones, but there are definitely a few that I like. Heal That with Addison Rae. I haven't watched it yet. I play the bass guitar. Awesome. I play alto sax. Very cool. I played the saxophone too. I didn't play bass guitar, but I always thought it would be fun. I was in a music repertoire class and we did a lot, for whatever reason, we did a lot of disco that first year. And I loved a lot of the like really funky walking bass lines and stuff. And just, I kind of wanted to pick up the bass guitar, but then I stopped playing guitar altogether. So couldn't justify buying a bass guitar when I probably wasn't going to play it. How is your giant slithering wall hanging going? I haven't worked on it since the 24-hour, since the 24-hour challenge. So I haven't made any more progress on it. Since then, I do have the string to do more. And I'm hoping to actually sit down and work on that or my other large project. Some of you spotted said other large project. I didn't realize it was in frame with my new camera setup. So some of you kind of got a teaser of what I've been hiding for a while. I'd like to work on either one of those projects. How's your, sorry, I just read that. I play the acoustic guitar. I have an acoustic guitar still. I haven't played it in forever. It probably needs the strings replaced on it. Sitting in my closet. I've been thinking about pulling it out again though. Middle school band is interesting because we have to wear masks with like Velcro in the middle for our mouthpiece. I'm sorry, you're blowing air and spit particles through an instrument. What's the point in wearing the mask? That doesn't really seem logical to me. And I imagine like my school, it was like there was a certain amount of instruments and you just had a separate mouthpiece. So like that instrument isn't cleaned between people, like inside where your saliva and stuff is. Like your mouthpiece and your reed and everything is your own, but I don't that seems bizarre to me. Like I imagine it's probably because there's a mandate or something that obviously doesn't exempt playing an instrument as a reason why you can't wear a mask. But that just seems really weird. I haven't played an instrument, but my brother played the trombone. Very cool. Very cool. I never played the trombone. We used to have jokes about trombonists. What was it? One of my teachers used to say, what's the difference between a dead squirrel on the road and a trombonist? The dead squirrel was probably on its way to a gig. There's some band geek humor for you. Basically to say trombonists don't get gigs. It has like a cover at the bell part. It's like a shower cap. Oh, okay. Because I was like, what's the point in having a mask on at all when you're literally blowing all of that out the other end of the instrument anyways? How do you feel about shaped alpha bracelets? I do not have a problem with shaped alpha bracelets. That's also an upcoming tutorial I have planned. I'm probably going to do a Rex lace tutorial this weekend. That should be a fairly quick film. And then I want to get a shaped alpha tutorial done. The lovely Halo Kiwi asked me if I could do one for her frog bracelets. So I want to get that done very soon. And then I'd like to maybe do a crochet tutorial. So I don't do a ton of shaped alpha bracelets, but I don't really have anything against them. I just haven't found many patterns that I feel like require it. So what about you guys? Do you guys who make bracelets, do you enjoy shaped alpha bracelets, or is it something kind of new to you? Have to go. Bye. Bye, Tamara. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Hopefully we catch you next time. Oh, the frog bracelet is really popular now on Bracelet Book. I know I've been seeing it all over Instagram and Bracelet Book, and she was just asking if someone could do a tutorial. So I'm going to be doing a tutorial for that. I'd like to get that up probably this upcoming week. So I've done an evil eye shaped bracelet, but that's it. I haven't done the evil eye shaped bracelet, but I've seen it, obviously. I mean, I feel like a good chunk of the bracelet community that's on Instagram follows Claire. And yeah, I saw her make that a while ago and it looks really cool. I love all kinds of bracelets. Me too, really. I do really like sitting down. I find like there's a time and a place for them. There's sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a certain kind of bracelet, but I do love like all of them. I haven't tried it yet, but it looks complicated. I assume you're talking about the shaped alphas. It's really not that complicated. You basically I find actually like shaped normals much more difficult. You just literally you group in your strings from the outside and just knot around like 2 strings and then 3 strings and, etc. until you get into the amount you want, and you just let them out. I've done an orange frog eye bracelet. Oh, that's cool. You did it orange? That's pretty neat. I might have to do mine a funky color because I don't think maybe I do have some green still. I was gonna say I don't think I have much green string left, but maybe I do still have some. My string is actually like right here. Oh no, I still got some. It just might have to be like a lime green frog instead of like a true green frog. Are the leaves on the wallpaper or decals? They're decals because I rent here. I'm not allowed to, or I'm not supposed to, like nail anything or pin anything into the wall. So they're peel and stick reusable decals. I wanted to do peel and stick reusable wallpaper, but I just didn't find anything that I really liked. So I just went with the decals. I think it looks okay. I mean, it's not my absolute favorite. Like, ideally, I would live somewhere that I could paint because I do not like this bland beigey color. I would rather paint and have a nice, glorious, dark green wall over there than just the decals, but, Normally, how long are your lives? This is only the second one I've ever done. The last one, I tapped out at about an hour, and it's probably going to be about the same for this one because I'm finding it doesn't matter how much I'm sipping my drink. My mouth is getting drier faster than I can drink just from talking. So we'll probably do them for about an hour. If they go a little bit over, like if we're, vibing pretty good or whatever, and I'm not feeling like I'm going to lose my voice, we may go longer, but I'm thinking an hour is probably a good benchmark for now. Okay, I did see it's my black mug that is causing a white balance thing to happen there. Sorry, guys. Do you like poutines? Yes. I like classic poutine. I'm not really into the fancy ingredients. I like the cheese curd. I like beef gravy. I don't like chicken gravy in my poutine, though. And I prefer the cheese curd over shredded cheese, but we'll eat the shredded cheese if need be. How about you? And, it depends on the fries, too. Like, McDonald's poutine, good if the fries are hot and fresh. If you let it sit for any longer, ugh. That's such a random question. Do you like poutines? I'm Canadian. What do you think? Okay, I have to go. Love your videos. Okay, have a good night. I know it's pretty late for a lot of people, so I hope you have a good night. Have a good weekend. And thank you. I'm glad you like my videos. What is or has been your favorite bracelet trend? Ooh, that's a good question. I'm trying to think. I've been nodding for a long time. Now, when you say, I guess, do you mean a pattern trend? There was a while where there was a certain type of pattern that seemed to be really popular. And now it's kind of more, I'm finding techniques are becoming more popular. The shaped alpha bracelets. We'll go through a phase where shaped alpha bracelets are really, really popular. And even my braided chevron and the twisted chevron, I can't believe how many people went nuts on that. I will get tags and comments on those patterns still, and I go and I realized a ton of the pictures now are like that. So I think that's really cool. I don't know what my favorite one is though. My favorite bracelet trend. Yeah, I don't know. I really like just the braided and twisted chevrons because I'm a fan of a good chevron, but I also like doing upside down alphas, but I don't know that they ever caught on huge. My mouth and throat were getting dry during my 7-hour shift, and they still feel dry. I get that on really busy days when I'm working the front desk dispatch at work because you're basically just talking literally all day long. People in front of you, people on the phone, on the radio. I prefer with chicken gravy, but I will eat any poutine if it looks good. Exactly. That is the truth, my friend. I love your braided chevron. Should try it sometime. Thank you. I like it. I did find like when I was younger that it was very tedious because you basically make like the same pattern 3 times and then braid it, but I really liked it. Hey, from England. Hello from Canada. All the way from England. My gosh. You guys are all over the place. We've had someone from Chile, people from the States, people from Canada, people from England. That's so cool. Especially if it's from sports rock. I don't know what sports rock is. What is sports rock? The pink hair looks really good. Thank you. It's kind of fading to pink. It was originally more purple when I first did it, but now it's definitely like magenta. Like hot magenta going on. But it's starting to fade out. You guys can kind of see. But thank you. I'm glad you like it. I really enjoyed it too. It actually wasn't what I was going to do. I was going to actually post a video of the process I go through to bleach and dye my hair. And I had grabbed 2 Manic Panic colors. And I was going to do the roots purple and the ends pink. And then the pink didn't take to my hair at all. Like, period, at all. And I had to go back in with leftover purple and magenta that I had in my drawers because I just had like hot purple roots to like here-ish. And then like basically like it looked strawberry blonde. The pink didn't take, and it was supposed to be like neon cotton candy pink. And I was like, that's going to be a fun kind of mermaid moment. And then it flopped. So I had to figure it out on the fly. It's like a bar, but with a lot of sports themed things. They are mostly known for their wings. It might be a maritime restaurant, though. I've never heard of it. The only thing I can think of, like, when I think of sports bar is like Buffalo Wild Wing or Jack Astor's or even like Boston Pizza. I don't think I've ever heard of Sport Rock, though. I'm also in a very small, like, kind of isolated city, so it could just be that I am like under a rock. Not a sport rock either, just a rock. Or it could be a maritime restaurant. I'm not sure. Would you try doing the friendship bracelet bookmark, like the one with the hole? I was going to do that for a Nodding Dangerously, and then I just never did because I didn't think it would be that difficult. I tried it for the first time and it came up pretty wonky, but I think it will come with practice. If I remember correctly, the girl who posted that on Instagram first, her first couple that she did weren't perfect and they've gotten a lot cleaner. So I think it is something that will probably come with a little bit of practice, probably. I think most things with bracelets and any craft really come with practice. You can't expect to pick stuff up and just be good at it right away. I need to check my panel and see if I have crocheted far enough. I think I pretty much have. I'll maybe do one more row. I might do it. I still might do a tutorial or something on it. Or I might just, I don't know. I haven't really decided. It was on my list of things to film a while ago. And then life got pretty rough. My health was kind of dominoing and causing some depression and stuff. And life was just kind of putting me on my butt. So that's why there's been a few months where I just like haven't really posted anything. And finally I put my priorities straight and finally took care of myself and stuff, and now my health is on the incline. I think we're pretty much back to par, and I'm feeling a lot better. So I've been able to post a lot more videos like this month and stuff. I finally just had to realize that you could only give so much to other people and other things with neglecting yourself before you reach burnout. And I was burned out and depressed and a whole heck of a lot of things, and there was a lot going on in life. But the long of the short is I let myself become iron deficient because I'm not a huge like red meat eater, and that caused an electrolyte deficiency, and both of those things have symptoms of depression, and that's kind of what happened. So I was feeling like lightheaded and stuff, and then I was feeling like having breakdowns like every other day, and yeah, it was really rough for a bit. But once I figured out what it was, everything's good now. I'm on all the right supplements and everything, and doing pretty good. Craft idea: ugly Christmas sweater. Oh, that could be fun. That could be fun. I'd probably crochet it, but that could be fun. I'd have to find a good pattern for that. That is a pretty good idea. Maybe we'll do. I'm hoping to do a few Christmas DIYs around that time, just like Christmas theme, like gift idea sort of videos and stuff. So maybe that'll be one of them that we do around Christmas for fun. Also, I've been thinking about doing another knot along like I did last Halloween, but I don't know how people felt about those videos. I felt they were kind of a little long-winded, but I'm not sure if people like them or not. What are you drinking? A drink. Honestly, it's an alcoholic drink. I don't want to promote that on my channel because I don't think use of substances is good, and I don't want to give people the impression that I drink all the time, because this is like the first drink I've had in over a month. But I will be completely honest. It is a Molson Canadian. I decorate 1 to 2 every year. Oh, ugly Christmas sweater. I have never owned or decorated or worn an ugly Christmas sweater. Funny you say that. I just binged all 5 quarts this morning while I made my alpha keychain. Oh my gosh. That's awesome. I wasn't sure if people like them or not. I wasn't sure how to really approach them, whether they should just be chatty videos or whether they should be more kind of like real-time tutorial sort of thing. And it was kind of just this weird thing. And I felt like the views on it kind of really fell off at the end. Like people weren't that interested. But at the same time, I know some people really, really loved it. So I was like, do I do another one or do I just kind of leave it? I really liked the Not Long videos from last year. Okay, you liked it too. I liked your Halloween. Okay, awesome. In that case, maybe I will do one. Should it be Halloween themed or should it just be like fall themed? Or should we do one for Christmas? Or should we just do like a random one, like not a season or holiday associated with it? Just do like a random pattern. What do you guys think? Let me know. But because I have so many patterns in my to-dos, I'm at the point where I try not to look at the new patterns on Bracelet Book. I honestly try to just go into Bracelet Book, look at my to-dos, and do something off of there. I've got so many now. I've debated on deleting all of my to-dos and just starting from scratch again. Then I'm like, there are so many patterns in here I don't think I would find again that I really love. So then I don't. But I'm also at a point where it's like unrealistic of me to believe I will ever knot them all or craft them all. Halloween one and a Christmas one. Ooh. Ooh. That'd be a lot. I mean, they're easy to film because I don't really edit the videos. So they're easy to film. So we can maybe do that. We can maybe do both. Have a poll and have your viewers choose the pattern. That's what did I do that last? I don't think I did that last year. I just did a vote on whether people would like to participate in something like that. I could pull a few patterns and do a poll. for sure. We could do that. I rewatch them pretty regularly when I'm knotting bracelets. It makes me feel not alone. Oh, that's awesome. You know what? That's why I started doing these live streams. I had never really gotten into watching live streams. And a couple weeks ago, I got like the cold from hell that knocked me right on my butt. And I was like laid out on the couch every day. And Kopi Cali was doing a live. So I tuned into it and I'm like, oh, I feel like I'm in like a little knitting club. Everyone was like talking about their yarn and talking about their projects and just having a little chat. And I was like, I should totally do this. Like, this is really casual. If I don't know, in my head, a live stream was like a much bigger like production. I don't know why, but I never really thought of it as like a casual thing. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm really glad that it makes you feel not alone. That's awesome. I kind of do the same thing too. Like I'll put someone else crafting on in the background just to kind of almost feel like you're doing it like in a club or something. Like you're sitting with someone and you're both crafting. Do you have bracelet rages? Like when I just get really, really angry at a bracelet? Yeah, I've done that a few times. I generally throw them out. In those cases, like when your string snaps. I don't have a lot of string snapping anymore. The only time I really have string snap is when I try to use craft cord. Like that stuff is garbage. And I had a bit of a rage. Actually, I think it was my like little bird wall hanging. I completely cut it out and that video was like voiceover, but when I was knotting it, I was raging because within like the first 5 lines of the pattern, I had snapped the black string like 6 times. I'm pretty sure it was that one, or maybe it was the like Rolling Stones one in the Knotting Dangerously. There was one that within like the first 5 rows of the pattern that was like, yeah, like this wide or this wide, the string snapped like 6 times. And I was like, I am going to try one more row. And if this snaps again, I'm done. But normally, like using normal embroidery floss, I don't tend to have that. So I don't tend to. That doesn't mean I don't. I have had it before, but I'm a little surprised because I'm not really tight. Ew, my wrist is cracking when I do that. You guys probably can't hear it, but yeah. Anyways, guys, we've been going for over an hour now, so I'm probably going to sign out. I've reached a point where I have to sit down and read the pattern for this, so I'm not crafting anymore. Hopefully you guys got some of whatever you're working on done, or I helped you relax and chill and we had a good time. If you guys want, I'll start looking at patterns and stuff for like a Halloween and a Christmas knot along. And I'll post some polls and we could do another knot along. I think that'd be really fun. So anyways, guys, I'm going to sign out now. Hopefully you all had a really great Friday evening. Thank you for joining me on mine. And I hope you have a really great weekend. And hopefully I'll see you next time. So probably not next week, but the week after we'll try to do this again. Probably Friday evening again. All right, guys. Bye.